Hi, I'm Dana. My main special interest is watching stuff, so I've been doing these videos where I just talk about what I watched in the month, and I don't honestly think that anyone cares about them that much other than me. But it's my special interest. It's the thing I enjoy, and I like getting to have like a little log of it. So I do make note of everything I watch, and I like that I get to have this extra little log where I talk about what I enjoyed and what I didn't enjoy and what I find really forgettable, which is quite a lot of the films I watched this month. I won't lie to you. Last month. And I'm not doing the best job at actually keeping up and doing them like on time, given that it's already the 7th of July and I'm talking about June. But I'm doing my best. And yeah, that's today's video. I'm going to tell you what I watched. And like I said, a lot of what I watched this month was really, really forgettable. So first I watched Over Your Dead Body. Don't know how that was. Don't remember that in the slightest. I assume I didn't enjoy it very much. I then watched Mary and the Witch's Flower, and I'm not normally a big fan of animation, but someone chose it as their birthday film on Discord, and I was like, well, I'm gonna like have a little watch of it. And I actually really enjoyed it. It was a really fun plot. It was really fun animation. Like, I don't think I'd watch it again unless someone again was like, I really want to watch this film. But I did enjoy it, and especially for someone that doesn't normally enjoy animations and animated films, especially as someone who doesn't usually enjoy animated films, I thought it was really good. And then we also watched Arrival for someone else's birthday, and I won't lie to you, I didn't enjoy this one quite as much. When I watch an alien film, I want fun alien design. I want to see a lot of the aliens. I maybe want to see an alien planet or two. Languages and linguist stuff, like it's not very me. I don't really have the brain for it. I didn't hate it. I probably wouldn't watch it again. I then watched Days of Bagnalled Summer, and I absolutely would watch this again. It was just sort of this like depressed English teen boy and his mum trying to get through the summer together and have a half decent time, and they manage it. And Tamsin Greig was in it, and it's a very classic British vibe film. Like, it's not like Adult Life Skills or With Nail and I. It's not like them at all, but it has that kind of vibe, you know? And I really enjoy that. I really like that from a film, so I really enjoyed that. I then rewatched Evolution, which I rewatch it semi-regularly, and it never gets better, but there's just something about it that I love so much. David Duchovny and Aliens, I'm there. I love it. I really enjoy it. And I'm not saying it's good, I'm not recommending you watch it, but I really enjoy Evolution. I then watched the 2026 Nosferatu, and I didn't overly enjoy it. I think that is it 2001? The Dracula that has Winona Ryder and Gary Oldman is absolutely peak, and we can stop. I mean, it's not because their accents are all awful, but that was better than the 2026 Nosferatu. I actually really don't think Lily Rose Depp's a very good actor. I don't see. I understand why she was cast in the films that I like that she's in, because she was the director's daughter's best friend. I see why she was in those. Every film she's been in since. I mean, I still get it because she's Johnny Depp's daughter. Yeah, moving on. I then watched Begonia because I had a little Emma Stone moment, and to be honest with you, I found this film quite slow and quite a drag. I've never really particularly wanted to edit films. I don't even particularly enjoy editing these videos, to be honest with you. But I sat there and I wanted so badly to edit that fucking film, because there was so much that could have been cut out and moved around slightly that I think would have made it a better overall watch. But I enjoyed the ending enough to not be mad about it. And I've seen like really mixed opinions on the end. I really enjoyed it personally. I was like, woo, yeah. Like, I loved it. I really liked it. I'm not going to spoil it, but I really enjoyed it. I then watched the 2025 Adulthood because I think it was the girl that played Effie in Skins that was in it. And it's basically these siblings find a dead body in their basement after their mums had to go into hospital, and they're like, well, it's been buried behind this wall, like someone in our family's murdered someone and then covered it up. And it's the sort of like fallout of all of that, and it was really fun. I don't think I'm gonna watch it again. It wasn't like my favourite thing I've ever watched, but it was really fun. I liked it, you know? And then I had to rewatch Scoop because I realised that Billie Piper's mum in it is no, I don't know her name. I don't know her name. Her mum's Amanda Braithwaite, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that we have a fucking movie that has Dana Scully, Alex Drake, Rose Tyler, and Amanda Braithwaite. Like, what the hell? If only it was about anything but Prince Andrew. Like, it's so well made. It's got such a great cast. It's such a depressing, horrible watch. Like, Jesus Christ, can we just get rid of the monarchy already? I then watched Talk to Me, and I had a little moment of Australian horror films that they've been great. So Talk to Me is where they find this fucking like weird embalmed hand, and if you hold it and like do a little seance moment and say talk to me, you get to talk to the dead. And it's sort of just your fairly typical teeny bop horror film. I really enjoy them. I really like them. They're not actually that scary. The acting isn't actually that good. I really enjoy it. I would recommend it. I really enjoyed it. I then watched Cuckoo, which wasn't Australian, I don't think, and it had Hunter Schafer in. That was the appeal of me wanting to watch it, because I deeply didn't enjoy Euphoria season 3, and I was like, I want to see her do something I actually like. And it was a little bit more of like a psychological mystery thriller type of horror, but then like the monster comes in, and I don't want to give too much away because I went into this really, really not having a clue what it was going to be about, and I really enjoyed it, actually. I think it's one that's had to sit with me a little bit for me to be like, no, I did really enjoy that. Like, I watched it and I was like, yeah, that was good. The longer it's been since I watched it, the more I'm like, oh, that was great, actually. Like, I think I will we watch that one. Too many W's and R's. I couldn't do it. I then watched The Loved Ones from 2009, which was another Australian horror, and it's about a girl that's rejected from prom. She asks this guy if he'll go to prom with her, and he says no, so her and her dad kidnap him and torture the fuck out of him, and there's a few little like twists and turns. It was such a fun romp of a horror film. I love it when girls are the bad guys, because they never do anything wrong. She didn't do a single thing wrong in this film. I don't think she did anything wrong. I think she was fully in the right, and good for her. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I'd watch it again. I then watched The Royal Hotel, and I wouldn't watch this one again. I didn't enjoy it. It was just... I don't feel like anything much really happened. I didn't enjoy the things that did happen. It wasn't what I expected it to be from the way that I saw it being talked about by people on other YouTube videos, and I didn't enjoy it. Then I watched Bird Eater, and I'm looking at stills of it, and like, I must have watched it to write it down, but I don't remember watching this film. I don't remember these people. I'm not sure I've seen them before. Like, I've written Bird Eater 2023, and like, it's not completely, utterly not there, but I also don't remember a single thing that happened in it, so I assume I didn't enjoy it very much. I then watched the 2022 Where the Crawdads Sing, and I haven't read the book. I'm not really onto it. I went into it literally not knowing what it was about, but recognising the title, and I remember the first part of the film really, really well. Then it's gone. I don't remember what happened. Something definitely did. Not for me. I then watched Sorry Baby from 2025, and I do remember this. I probably won't watch it again, because it made me really, 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 really sad. Like, really sad. And part of me thinks that's a really good thing, because I think that films and TV shows are part of art, and art's supposed to make you feel stuff, and if it makes me feel something that intensely, then I do think it's good art. I didn't enjoy it. Like, it wasn't fun, it wasn't nice, it wasn't whimsical and joyful in the way that I like things to be, I say, after having spoken about horror films when men are getting chopped up. Yeah, I think it's really good. I didn't enjoy a moment of it. I might watch it again if I have something really bad happen to me again. Like, I think it's the kind of thing that I would have really appreciated being able to watch while I was processing a lot of my own trauma, but I've done a lot of the processing and a lot of the really like dark, heavy work for that, and I don't really need the reminder of how it all felt. Oh, I feel like I've stopped giving rundowns because I was talking about the ones that I didn't remember. So it's basically about this woman whose name I don't remember, and I feel kind of mean about it. And she's been through some horrible things, including a sexual assault, and it's sort of back and forth of her life in like the moment, like current present day type thing, but like it's a film, so like, you know how that works. And going back and forth between sort of like the worst moments and the moments right after, and the moments of her having to really deeply deal with that, and the ways that she's healing, the way that she's like moving on from it and things like that. I do think it was really good. It was really impactful. It was very, very sad for me personally. Then I watched High Life because it was Robert Pattinson and Mia Goth. And this is another one that I really enjoyed the start of it. And then it just got really, really boring, and I don't even really remember the end. So what I do remember is that there were prisoners on a spaceship. And then like everyone died, but Robert Pattinson still has his kid. Really glad that motorbike went by right then. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, I don't remember the end of it, it was fine. And then I watched Infinity Pool, which was a horror film with either Mia Goth or Jenna Ortega. It started out quite intriguing, and it was boring, it was shit, I really didn't enjoy it, I really didn't think it was a good film, I don't think it really has any redeeming factors, to be honest with you. So now moving on to TV shows, because quite frankly I tend to prefer TV shows, so I usually actually remember these. And first off, I watched The Last Train. I rewatch this like maybe once every 2 years and have for like the last decade, because it's written by Matthew Graham and it has Nicola Walker and Sacha Dhawan in it, and it's one of those where I do really enjoy it. I do think it's really good. I really like that it's set between Manchester and Sheffield. I like all the little twists and turns in it, but I also do spend quite a lot of time watching it and remembering that Sacha Dhawan and Nicola Walker have sex quite a lot in Last Tango in Halifax. And in this, it's quite a long time before Last Tango in Halifax, and he's a teenager, like he is a baby, and she is a full-grown adult, and I just look at them and I'm just like, ugh. I know that they never had sex in real life. I mean, they probably never had sex in real life. I don't actually know what celebrities are getting up to. I assume they didn't, but it just makes me feel really weird about the age gap that they have in Last Tango, and it doesn't matter, it's fine, but I don't like it. But yeah, so The Last Train is about a train that gets stopped going between Manchester and Sheffield, and a canister of gas goes off because Nicola Walker's like working for these like people that know the world's gonna end, and they're supposed to wake up a little bit afterwards and be able to like go off and save the world, but things go wrong and things don't go to plan, and it's a big dystopian mystery. It very much has the vibe of like the first 28 Days Later film. It's a mystery. It's written by one of the co-creators of Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes. It's a fun time. It's a good show. It's only one season. It's a limited series type thing, so like you don't, like it didn't get cancelled. Like you just need the one season. It's great. I then rewatched Riot Women. I feel like I've gone off about this enough that like any of you that are going to watch it should have watched it. But if you haven't, I would heavily recommend it, because we're also getting a second season. This woman's Beth's having a really hard time. She's a school teacher and people aren't really paying attention to her, and she's experiencing the menopause and her husband's left her, and she's just having a bit of a hard fucking time, and she wants to like reclaim her life and be fucking visible and be the person that she is, and be strong with it and be an independent woman on like yeah. And she joins a band with her mates, and they're all middle-aged women making awesome music and being really cool, and it's a fucking great show, and I love it with my own. I can't wait for the next season. I love it so much. I love Kitty and Beth so much. I want them to be wives. I want them to get married. I was more chill about it when it first came out, and I was like, it'd be nice if we got to see them. I want to see them get married. I want to see them both in wedding dresses walking down the aisle together. I'm so obsessed with these women. It's not funny. I then watched Tiptoe, and I feel like everyone had really great things to say about this, and honestly, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. I think it's really... I don't feel like Russell T Davies writes things for the queer community in the way that he likes to think that he does. He writes things for gay men, and even then it's mostly being like, oh, isn't our life just scary and terrible and horrible? I, as a queer person, I just don't feel like I need to be reminded that the world's really quite a horrible place and it's only getting worse for queer people, you know? And that's all it was. That's all it fucking was. And I didn't love that. I didn't enjoy it. I won't be watching it again. I don't know if I'm gonna bother watching stuff that Russell T Davies writes in future if it doesn't have an actor that I like in it, because I frankly, like, each thing that he fucking releases, I like a little bit less than the last one. So that's my opinion on that. I watched Euphoria season 3 because I've watched the fucking rest of it, so I may as well finish it. If you've been thinking that, you don't need to. I'm telling you right now, you don't need to. Many things happened in the last season of Euphoria. And the one that's really stuck with me is the dog licking the shit off the girl's thigh as she shit herself. So then I rewatched Renegade Nell, and every year I rewatch Renegade Nell, and then I Google Renegade Nell season 2 and remember that it got fucking cancelled, and it makes me so angry every single time. Renegade Nell was so fucking great. So, girlie that played fucking Orla in Derry Girls, it's, well, I don't know how to explain it actually now that this is happening. It's set in like the 1800s, maybe? I don't know history, to be honest with you. It's set in olden days, and this girl Nell has gone off to fight with her husband, but then like he gets killed because he's a bit shit, but she's not. So then she goes home, but then loads of stuff happens with her dad. A long story short, she's got this weird little fairy man that like goes into her and then makes her be dead good at fighting. And it's a dead fun show. It's written by Sally Wainwright. Why would it not be like the best thing you've ever fucking watched? It is. It's great. It absolutely deserved a second season, and Disney Plus are absolute fucking cowards for not giving it to us. Then I finally finished Where the Heart Is. It's 10 seasons long. It's 10 seasons long. I actually have some stuff to say about this. Right. It's written by Ashley Farrer, the other co-creator for Life on Mars and Ashes to Ashes. And I saved this. I've known about it for a good little while, but I also knew that it's set/filmed in Yorkshire. So I was like, actually, that's going to be the show that I save for when I move to Yorkshire, and then I live in Yorkshire and I watch my little show set in Yorkshire. It'll be so fun because I love Yorkshire. And at first it was because Sarah Lancashire was there, and I fucking love her, and she was so lovely as Ruth. I love Sarah Lancashire. She was like a cutesy little nurse. I'd have died for her. But Ruth moves to Australia at the end of season 2, and she don't fucking come back. And at first it's alright because you can latch on to Peggy until Peggy dies in a fucking car accident caused by a random fucking horse and traumatises her lovely daughter Lucy. And at that, from there on, it just gets fucking worse and worse and worse. Fucking Stephen that I liked, he fucks off to university and comes back as a completely different man. Never seen this fucker before in my life. And then his wife has a baby. She comes back as a completely different fucking woman. Every time you find a character that you like and latch onto them, it's like, oh no, because now her adopted son's fucking showing up for the first time in literally his entire fucking life, and it turns out he's a heroin addict, so now she's got to go back to London to deal with that. Every time you like someone, they just get fucking robbed off you, until you're left with just like a load of fucking men playing rugby and running a factory, which is also getting lost because Simon decided to sign off to the fucking baby when he decided to fuck off to fucking Australia to be with Alfie, because apparently the baby that he decided to have in Yorkshire ain't good enough for him. I'm like, look, yeah, I'd get it if he was going for Ruth, because like, fuck me, I'd move to Australia for Sarah Lancashire too, but he's not. He's like, oh yeah, I'm going for Alfie, me and Ruth aren't going to get back. What about your fucking kid that's here then? You're just going to give a baby a factory, a toilet paper factory, and fuck off to Australia? Everything that man did pissed me off. Oh, I fucking hate Simon Goddard. I was very attached to fucking Vic and Lucy, but obviously staying in Skelthwaite after fucking Peggy had been killed by the fucking horse was a bit much for the poor fucking guys. So they ended up fucking off to fucking Scotland with Stephen and his fucking wife that came back as a different woman after pregnancy as well. I've never been so fucking pissed off by the casting choices being made in a TV show. I fucking hated it. And I was in there by then. You know, like I was practically like fucking living in Skelthwaite. They keep going up the fucking hill by my house. Like, I couldn't just leave it. I couldn't abandon them. I had to see it through. And all I fucking saw through with it was constant heartache. Constant heartache. So then I rewatched At Home with the Braithwaites, because Virginia Braithwaite is me, and I am Virginia Braithwaite. I love her. Oh, I think, honest to God, after Alex Drake, she might be my favourite character in anything ever. I've never seen such a relatable character. She is everything to me. She is absolutely everything. I love her. So At Home with the Braithwaites, for anyone that doesn't know, is a show where Alison Braithwaite gets a lottery ticket for her birthday off her daughter, and she wins £38 million. And she initially doesn't tell her family because she thinks they're probably going to be pricks about it, and she sets up a whole foundation because she is an absolute badass bitch. She is the absolute best, and I love her with my entire heart and soul, and it's just a fantastic show. Obviously, Virginia Braithwaite is like the best character in anything ever. She's a lesbian, she's a little bit chaotic, she's from Yorkshire. Like, it's just everything I could possibly love in a character in a show is wrapped up in her, and I love her so much. And it's well, I watched it for the first time like not all that long ago on the Discord, and I just love it. I'm just gonna keep watching it and keep watching it and keep watching it. I love it with my entire heart and soul. It's one of my absolute all-time favourite shows I've ever fucking watched. And finally, for June, I watched Friday Night Dinner, because I've been having this horrible thing happen where I've joked before. I've joked that I actually don't care about any woman ever until she's played a copper on the BBC. But I think it might be true, because Tamsin Greig played a police officer very briefly in Riot Women, and all of a sudden, did you guys know Tamsin Greig was in Doctor Who? Gal was in season 1 of Doctor Who. I didn't know that. I never noticed her there before. I fucking have now, but I did not notice her there before. And then on TikTok, on my FYP, a video came up all like, oh yeah, Jackie from Friday Night Dinner talks about this. And I was looking at it and I was like, that's not Jackie from Friday Night Dinner though, is it? Because I know what Jackie from Friday Night Dinner looks like. And that's Tamsin Greig. Because they're the same fucking person, mate. Tamsin Greig is Jackie in Friday Night Dinner. She's been in a variety of things that I've really enjoyed, and I just, honest to God, have not noticed this woman until she played a copper on the BBC. So I obviously had to rewatch Friday Night Dinner so that I could like mesh the two in my head and confirm to myself that Tamsin Greig is Jackie from Friday Night Dinner. For anyone that doesn't know, Friday Night Dinner is a sitcom, and it's a family's dinner each Friday. But they're weird, and their neighbour is really fucking weird, and it's just a very funny little show. I'd recommend it quite a lot if you haven't watched it before. I'm probably not going to watch it again after this point, because my ex had a whole obsession with it, so I've already watched it like 15 times, and that's what had me so fucking shocked that Jackie from Friday Night Dinner is Tamsin Greig. But yeah, that's everything that I watched, so we can end the video now. I don't see the point in like dragging this on. These videos get like very few views, and I'm honestly not that sure that anybody watches them all the way through to the end, and I don't blame you for it. I don't think I would if someone else posted this. This is just purely my own autism of like, I need to keep multiple logs of the things that I watch, because it's actually deeply important to me to know everything that I've ever watched. I am just going to keep a list of everything I ever watched for the rest of my whole entire life, and it really bothers me that I didn't start doing this immediately post-birth. So as always, I'll have some links down below to my friend's GoFundMe's, one so that my friend can get accessible transport for their partner. I want them so that the person can get top surgery. If you want to donate to either of them, if you want to donate to one of them, if you're able to share it at all, that'd be really cool and fab. It feels so pointless to say at the end of a video like this, but I also just really want to help while I can and try to get the message about it out there and get as many eyes on it as possible so that someone might be able to help them out. So if you're able to donate, if you're able to share, any of that stuff would be really, really cool. And for now, whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year, and I will see you again in a couple of days.